Hi guys, my name is Marta Sirvent. I'm born in Spain. I'm originally from Alcoy, Alicante, and I've been living in Perth for 9 years. I love making cakes, I love sweets. I'm a pastry chef, and one of the sweets that I love and it reminds me home so much is Turron. So Turron is originally from Jijona. It's a town that is only like 50 minutes drive from my hometown and is well known for this sweet. This sweet, we eat it in Christmas. Everybody, in every hometown, in every city, every place you can find, in Christmas time you can find Turron. You can find it only in Christmas at the supermarket or at like artisan shops. And traditionally, we only eat it at that time of the year in the whole country. But where I'm from, we like to use it during the whole year. So usually the artisan people makes the turron for the winter time. And the leftovers, because you can keep it, the leftovers, we use it for the summertime. And we can make turron ice cream, you can make turron tart, you can make turron mousse. This kind of turron is called Jijona turron. We have many kinds of turrons. We can find Alicante turron, you can make turron with kikos. I don't know how to say that in English, but that one is a really good one. You can make a turron with like burnt yolk, coconut one, but this is the classic one. When you try this, it makes you like go back home. It makes you homesick. You have almonds, you have cinnamon, you got lemon, and these are one of the classic ingredients of the pastry in Spain. We had so many cultures coming, like in the 8th century, living in the country, and we took these almonds, like nuts and honey from like, I would say from all the Muslims that they came and they were in Spain. And where I'm from, like we use hazelnuts, almonds, honey, cinnamon, lemon. And this is a sweet that you just cry when you eat it because it reminds me home so much, reminds me to my grandma because she loved making sweets with lemon and cinnamon. Reminds me to a lot of workplaces I work back home that we used to use it for like the ice cream, for the tart. Reminds me to my family when you're in Christmas all together, that we can't wait to be all together after all of this is over, and just reminds you to Christmas time. So I'm going to show you how to make the turron. You're gonna get the recipe for a homemade turron. And after that, you can convert these into ice creams, mousses, whatever you want. For the turron, we're going to need 100 grams of caster sugar. We're going to use a pinch of cinnamon powder, 200 grams of honey. If it's not very strong honey, it's better because you don't want that flavor strong of honey. We're going to use 20 grams of pasteurized egg white. If you can't find a pasteurized egg white, we can use regular egg from egg whites, so it's just one. We're going to use important ingredients, 300 grams of raw peel almonds and some lemon for the zesting. For equipment and utensils, we're going to use a medium-sized pot. You don't want it too small, you don't want it too big because we're going to put all these ingredients inside, mix them all together. We're going to use a pan to roast the almonds. We're going to use a cesta. We're going to use a whisk and a spatula. We're going to use a blender. Doesn't matter the kind of blender, you just have to blend your almonds when they're toasted, so we'll just use a blender. And the important what we need is the important thing is the molds. In Spain, we have a specific kind of mold for the turron. Cannot find it here, but we can find like a rectangular shape, more thinner, square one, or even a round one. In Spain, we do round turrons as well. And we're gonna need some baking paper just to put on top of your mold when it's ready. The first step for this recipe is going to be to toast the almonds. You need to toast the almonds between 3-4 hours before blending them, because if they're too warm still, you're gonna make a paste. So we're just gonna move this pot. So we're using this pan here because you want an even surface to place the almonds. You don't want some on top of each other. So I'm gonna just grab the spatula and we're gonna put them on the fire just to toast them on the fire. So now we're just gonna toast the almonds. I'm just gonna put low fire and we're going to mix all the time for around 10 minutes because you want very well roasted almonds. And the almonds are toasted, so we just need to put them in the bowl. And now they're ready. We're just gonna wait to cool down and we'll blend them. And when you wanna grind the almonds, I like them very refined. If you like them some bit chunky, you can leave it. But I show you now the texture that the almond. I'm gonna blend it around like 10 seconds, something like that. Oh my God, it smells so good. This is the texture I like for the turron. So now we're gonna put this almond aside, put it in a bowl. Oh my God, this smell reminds me home. I'm getting homesick. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, we're just gonna leave it aside. So now we're going to start mixing the custard sugar in this pot and the honey. So what we're going to do is heat it up first in the stove. And you wanna make like a syrup. You don't wanna reduce the sugar and the honey too much. So we're going to put all the custard sugar and all the honey together. And now we're just going to mix it in cold. I'll put this here. Just mix it in cold and just go to the stove and heat it up. You just want to heat up the sugar to melt it, that's it. So now we're going to heat up the honey and the custard sugar. Just remember, always do it with slow fire, you don't want to burn it. So what we're going to do is just melt the custard sugar. You want like those pieces of sugar to be melted. Yeah, most of the recipes that we use back home, they have honey. At least where I'm from, they use a lot of honey. So, okay, you still can see a little bit of the custard sugar. So we're just gonna need to wait a little bit. And when it's melted, you just want to boil up a little bit this syrup. And make sure as well that the custard sugar is all blended in with the honey. Okay, this is the syrup that we need. So we come back here. Just let me put this chopping board down here because the pot is hot. So remember, this is hot, you don't want to burn yourself. So as I said, that's the texture that we need. And you need to cool it down a little bit. So now what we're going to do is we're going to need the whisk. And we're going to grab the egg whites. And you need to whisk really fast. So keep whisking. And what we're going to do is mix these egg whites with the syrup for around 1 minute. We cool down the syrup, so you don't want to do scrambled eggs or scrambled egg whites. Okay, when everything is together like this, we're going to put a pinch of cinnamon. I love cinnamon. In Spain, we put cinnamon and lemon in everything, and it's my favorite thing, cinnamon. Oh, so good. All right, so we're gonna put cinnamon, mix it all together again. Oh my God, this smell. And we're going to grab the zesta and zest up the lemon. Seriously, this smells is like I'm getting very homesick. Reminds me of my grandma cooking. Okay, that should be enough. Put this here. And we're just gonna whisk this, mix it all together. And now the best part. We're going to grab the almond and we're going to put it inside of the pot. For this, I will use the spatula. You don't wanna use the whisk, it's gonna be harder. And we just put all the almond inside the pan. And you just mix it all together until it goes into a thick paste. Oh my goodness, I really want to try this. So good. Okay, this one here is gonna get hard really quick. Like if you put it in the fridge, it will get really hard, really fast. So you need to make sure that it's well mixed through together. Look at that, that's like turron. And that smells amazing. Yeah, we're just gonna grab the mold and put the baking paper here. You can spray some spray butter or some oil if you want to as well. And we're just gonna put this in the mold. So this is how the turron looks. And now what I'm gonna do is place another piece of baking paper on top. Just bang it a little bit because you wanna take the air bubbles. And we're just gonna put this piece of baking paper on top. And place it in the fridge until it's hard enough to cut. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I beg you please that you try this recipe at home, that you try it and you let us know. Put a comment if you tried it, if you like it, and if you want to try the ice cream, put a comment. I may just answer you there and we can get the recipe too. Okay, I hope you enjoy it and have fun trying the turron at home.